regarded as a better floor player than a stage player, but I'm gradually learning how to play this game on stage, so who knows, who knows.
It's the toughest thing you're going to have to do is to get yourself up again after that real emotional high that you had at the end of the game that you just won.
No, it's not going to be tough getting myself up for it. It's like anything, you know. It's like when you play for England in football, putting the shirt on gets you up for it. So playing darts, getting on that stage, will get me up for it. The hardest thing for me is going to get on the stage because I've not been on stage one. I never get on stage one, and I've got to play myself onto stage one every single year. And luckily enough, every year I do, you know. So this year's no different. So
well, you'll be on stage one tomorrow, so good luck.
I know, yeah. Fingers crossed.
Alan Tabben, certainly one to watch. He was immense in that victory over Wes Newton, taking out a 170, taking out a 156 to win it. Terry Jenkins, he's been drawn against Ronnie Baxter, both those players. Talking to Rod.
Plenty of friendly rivalries in darts. There's another one. Ronnie Baxter and Terry Jenkins play to each other tomorrow. How do you see it going? Looking forward to it?
We'll see tomorrow. I mean, doesn't matter who you get, really, does it? They're all hard players now, so well, they're all hard players from the start, so just a matter of getting up there. When Ronnie's name came out, I said to Ronnie, I said Terry Jenkins, and it came out. I knew it was going to go.
Ronnie, how about it?
Well, yeah, it had to be, yeah. Well, Terry and me, we've known each other for many years. We played together, so we know each other's game, and it's just going to be a match on the day. And that's it.
Have you managed to sort of catch up how the other players are playing, what sort of form they're in, or are you too busy concentrating on what you're doing at the minute?
Yes, you answered your own question though.
You're too busy doing what you're doing?
We are concentrating on our own stuff, yeah.
Terry, what's your record like against Ronnie?
I don't know, how many times have we played? I suppose it's about even, really, isn't it? I would say, I don't know. I can't remember how many times we played now. 4 or 5.
He can't remember either. We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck, both of you. Oh, you can, go on.
No, I think he's been looking at me. You never passed that to me, did you?
Go on.
He's been looking at me.
Good luck to both of you tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
Ronnie Baxter's never the easiest of interviews on any day, but it was particularly difficult there. That, though, is one heck of a game. What a quarter-final.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best of the quarter-finals. I mean, Baxter's been playing really well. Jenkins has been hit or miss. You know, he's been letting people get in front of him and he's been clawing it back. He won't be able to do that against Baxter. If Baxter gets in front, he's such a good leader, and Jenkins cannot allow Baxter to do that.
Tell us the difficulties of playing tomorrow. We describe it as the most brutal day of darts on the calendar. A quarter-final in the afternoon, a semi-final, then a final, all in one day. It's tough, mentally tough.
Well, you've seen how many great players have gone out today because of the long day. If you're not physically and mentally fit, I mean, Phil Taylor, although he may not be, a marathon runner, because he plays all the tournaments and he goes right the way through the end and wins most of them, he's actually mentally very fit. The other players have got to get to that level, and that's why Barney and Lloydie and them have gone out, in my opinion. But you've got a new breed of people coming in, Alan Tabben, Colin Osborne, Kevin Painter. Baxter's been, bred in America, literally playing darts for 10-12 hours a day. He can do it, and so can Terry Jenkins.
Let's have a look at the order of play then. Sunday, a marathon day. Quarter-finals, Kevin Painter against Alan Tabben. Colin Osborne, Jamie Caven, Ronnie Baxter, Terry Jenkins, and Mark Lawrence against Phil the Power Taylor. It's a really, really good lineup. Some new faces in there, and it's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this tournament's all about. I mean, Mark Lawrence is just going to go up there and enjoy himself. He didn't expect to get through this, today or even yesterday. And he's done it, and now he's playing the biggest player on the main stage. So he's won a few quid. He's just going to enjoy it.
Ronnie Baxter had a tough day at the office today. Let's just show you how he got on.
At 2.5 miserable years with dartitis. It's like Rob Fotheringham had, like Brissy had, and nobody's come back from the dartitis that I've ever seen in 30 years, like the man in red. A great darts fairy story.
85.
Britain's got tungsten. Love it.
And that means that Walsh has the advantage here to go to within 2 legs. And the messages are saluting his courage, and rightly so. The Pie Man in action against Phil Taylor, that's later. Just a match to make you drool over.
Well, and straight up, the Pie Man is having a kip in the back of his mate's car as we commentate. Prior to playing the power. Lovely second dart.
137.
Brilliant cover. Game on now. But Ronnie quite capable of doing this. 216s now to Ronnie. Inch north, red. Gets it early done. The rhythm. Less than 6 seconds to adjust between the targets. Fantastic.
Baxter with that double 8 we saw just nipped the revival that was coming from Mark Walsh.
59.
Nine, the requisite number of legs. First sign of doldrums in the body language above the hips by Walshy.
140.
Baxter again, clipping along elegantly.
Beautiful, beautiful, gonna need plenty of this.
140.
Impressive averages, a lot to choose between them, but Baxter has a 4-leg lead and he needs just to get to 9, so he's 60% of the way there. And this man, Mark Walsh, knows that he's got to make things start to pop and fizz and effervesce
133.
very soon.
There we go then, lovely last start by Baxter. Makes it look so easy. Like spooning milk on the ambrosia. Should have taken that lie better, Div.
Well, it would have left him the biggest finish on the board, but now Baxter on 104, and this again would be a killer diller for Walsh.
Oh,
that was an audacious effort from Baxter, but now Walsh has got to check this 6-5, you feel. I didn't really wanted the 25, not the bull. Now double 4, readjusting magnificently.
Game shot of the brown flag.
So, pegs back to 6-3 over the rod. Stud was keeping tabs on board 2.
Yeah, on board 2. Mark Lawrence is having one of the nights and weeks of his life here. He's 7-2 up over Colin Lloyd, who's clearly looking rattled, the former world #1. The highlight, a 164 outshot in the 6th leg, which puts Lawrence 4-2 up. He's gone 7-2 up from then. And if you're wondering who is this bloke, Mark Lawrence, he's 44 years old. He comes from Southampton in West Yorkshire. He travels around and practices with Dennis Priestley. And it looks like some of the great man's magic has worked its magic with Mark Lawrence tonight. He's 7-2 up at the break.
Well said, Studdy, my boy. On the ball there, on that board 2, as Lloyd really has got work to do, Devlin.
And Baxter with that 3-2-4, still in line for a 9-dart finish here if he'd have got another 3 trebles, but he's playing beautifully, you know.
Not sure that this attack, because even if you're in the form that Walsh came into this tournament with, the incredible brilliance, the relentless brilliance, that's the key word, of Baxter is very hard to dent. The only person who beats Baxter is himself, or the power.
He's cherry-picking his shots, Ronnie Baxter, and Walsh hasn't played badly, you know. 94 average, 43% checking out at that success rate, so he's been in perfectly decent form. Now Baxter for 7-3.